Kim, and welcome to your weekly wisdom from Expressions of the Universe. So, this week's video is late because I had a really busy day yesterday. I don't know if any of you saw, but my daughter and I got to spend an afternoon with the infamous small, medium, at large James Van Prague. And he is an amazing guy. I love his energy. He danced all around. He was playing great music, making all of us dance, and it was an interesting time. His aura is immense. So he's a very small man. That's why I call him the small, medium, at large. Actually, my friend Ardith named him that. Big shout out to the catalyst that in my life. But his aura is ginormous. He's only about 5 feet tall, and his aura, it was at least 10 feet tall, huge, violet in color, surrounded with like white sparkly light. It was amazing, and I know I am not the only one that saw it, because when I brought it up, that's what other people saw too. So that was pretty cool. We did have a really good time, and he tries to get people to see how we are all interconnected. So it's really interesting what came up in the cards, because it's kind of like the same meaning. And, I felt a lot of other people's messages were kind of, some of the information was meant for me, but I didn't go there, with that intent. I have spirit around me all of the time. Definitely my mother, grandfather, grandmother came in. A very dear friend of my daughter's came in. Both of us also felt an old friend of mine had come in. It was interesting. It got a little emotional for a while. There was a family there. Absolutely heartbreaking story. And the wonderful, gracious thing about James is that he said, after everybody leaves, please stay, and I want to meet with you privately. He does that completely gratis, and it's to help them heal their grief and their pain. And I thought that that was wonderful. That is what mediumship is about, and it's to help other people. Most of the work that I do is completely free. I've been doing that for over 41 years, and that's why I have to freelance write and work another job, because I give away my services for free all the time. But with that said, I'll share some more information with you of what our experiences were, probably in my blog or another blog, because I'm just trying to get this out for you. So I want to kind of try and change things up a little bit as well. And I really kind of want to focus more on a theme each week instead of like doing these cards, and bring more wisdom to all of you on a theme. And one of the themes that I have been really hearing a lot about, James spoke about it yesterday, and it is that interconnectedness, and also the energy that we are carrying with us and what we put out to the universe. And I'm always telling all of you how our energy boomerangs out to the universe, and it boomerangs right back to us. So a lot of people are wanting to know, how do I manifest prosperity? How do I bring that into my life? And I heard and saw some really great things yesterday. And one thing that really struck me is that, first of all, I know, a lot of my friends know, people in my tribe, that you get back what you radiate out. That's the key word, radiate. The vibration that you set for yourself and what you're living in on a daily basis, that is what attracts back to you. Think of yourself as like a magnet, and the energy that you're putting out, that's what's coming back to you. So if you don't like what you're seeing in your life, you don't like what's coming back to you, then it starts with you. You need to be the one that changes the energy that you're putting out. And the interesting thing that I heard was about radiation. And so, what you radiate out to everyone around you in the world and earth and animals, that's what you're going to attract back. So, if you're wanting to win the lottery, say, or get a big house or a fancy new car, if you're in a vibration down here and you're radiating anger and hatred because you don't have those things, you're never going to attract those things that are up here. It's kind of like a radio and the radio frequency. You can't listen to what's on 93.3 if you're on 104.5 and vice versa. So if you're wanting to hear the music that's on 104.5, that's the channel that you need to be tuned into. That's the vibration that you need to be rocking. I hope that makes sense to you, and I want to elaborate more on that in the coming weeks, because I just had some eye-opening experiences this weekend with vibration, and you know, what we put out is what we get back. So yeah, that's about it. So let's get started. And my angel card for the week, and this comes up all the time, it's joy. And this card is really about what I'm talking about. When you can see joy in every single little thing. Like, I'm sitting here amongst this friggin' bamboo that will be the death of me. It just continues to grow. I can't get rid of it. I bought this house not knowing that it had bamboo, and it has kind of taken over my life here. But it's a beautiful backdrop for this video. It brings a lot of wildlife into my yard, so I'm always looking for the positive in every single thing, and I think that makes for a happy life for me anyway. So that's what I'm trying to ask you to do, is see the joy in everything that comes forth to you. See the joy in every person that is brought to you. Even if you're not liking somebody, there's always something very good within them, because we are all from the same place. And we all do have the same basis. It's just that some other people's experiences have formed and shaped them into different people, and but we all have to embrace that, and that's what makes us all unique. So my crystal card and message for the week, it's about prosperity, and so this message continues, prosperity and abundance. And with this being garnet, it is of the root chakra, which is all about safety and material security and feeling well taken care of. And so I do have some really pretty garnets here. This is one of my favorite ones that I love to keep with me. And here are some other ones. They have some different colors to them. I love the fire that's inside of this one. Like when I'm holding it up to the sun, you can just see how it glows. And this is an interesting one. This is a green garnet. This is all about prosperity and material gain and abundance. But what I think this card is really speaking to is reconnecting with the earth, getting that root chakra in balance. You know, I've written a blog about the root chakra. I've gone through all of the chakras up to the third eye, which is the sixth chakra, and probably when the sun is in Sagittarius, then I'll talk about the crown chakra. But you know, prosperity comes when we can see the joy in everything, and we can be grateful for everything that shows up in our lives. Also, too, this talks about balance. And look at that cornucopia. This is saying that when you connect with your root chakra, when you reconnect with the earth, you will be in a safe and secure place. You have to know that everything you need is provided for you by the universe. You will never do without when you keep yourself in a good vibration. I know a lot of people think that that's hogwash, but I have found that to be true, that when I was not the nicest person, like when I was in my late teens and 20s, nothing went right for me. But then as soon as I changed my attitude and I could be grateful for everything in my life, and I lived my life in pure joy, just, it never stops. Like, there's always something good coming its way to me. Even things that a lot of people may not perceive as good, I find the lesson and the blessing in everything. And I know that everything that happens to me is meant for me. Nothing that is meant for me will ever be kept from me, as long as I keep myself in the highest vibration. And it is difficult. I was just not so happy a little bit ago, right before I did this video, and I was like, oh, gotta cancel that out. I came out in nature. One of the best ways to balance yourself. Come out in nature, sit in the ground, walk barefoot in the ground, which is earthing, and it will dispel any kind of negative energy, and it'll help bring balance back into your body. So, let's see. Now, this is kind of interesting. We're going along with the same theme. These cards are completely pulled at random, and this card is We Are All Connected. So, what can I possibly say? There is a collective consciousness about. I know this for a fact because I went to go write another feng shui blog, and I always Google to, like, gain some information when I get an idea. And I had the idea, and I let it go for a couple of days because I didn't have the time. And by the time I Googled it, this same author has done this to me like 4 or 5 times. They've come up and published the article before me, almost word for word what I would say. This has happened throughout history, I believe, as a collective consciousness. A lot of us are given some brilliant ideas, and usually only one person acts on it. Now, that doesn't prevent me from publishing the blog, but I just have to be really careful that, I am not writing the same exact things as this other person. I don't know this other person. We live, I think, like half a world apart. But it's really interesting that every time I get certain ideas, they always post before me because I don't have a lot of time, because I'm out there hustling and working and being busy. With that said, I'm going to show you the next card. It says, wash away your burdens. And so, what this is saying to me is that it's time to let things go that you feel burdened by. I really need to pare down my obligations a lot and trim things down. I really need to start focusing on my writing again. Like, there's just been too many signs. Wash away your burdens also says that when you realize that we are all interconnected, and how you treat yourself also radiates out to the people around you, which means if you're not treating yourself well, you're probably not treating the people around you well. So this is saying, if you have that epiphany that you haven't been treating people around you well, forgive yourself and, like, start fresh today. And, like, release that guilt burden, and just, try and be happier and nicer tomorrow, or even like today, and now, and now, and now. And then my final card, which is interesting because it is follow the moon, and we are coming into a full moon at the end of the week. Now, when I went to Salem, Massachusetts, I was given a spell to do from starting the last full moon all the way through this full moon. So I am in the place of where I got to manifest this thing this weekend. What this follow the moon is saying is, pay attention to the phases of the moon and the light, going from the new moon, which is complete darkness, to the full moon, which is complete illumination. and see how your emotions during the month are affected by the moon. One really great thing that I'm planning and hopefully getting to do is that on this full moon, which is this coming weekend, like the 15th, 16th, 17th, I'm going to a wolf sanctuary and I am going to howl with the wolves on the full moon. One of my friends posted this on my personal Facebook page. I had no idea that it was only an hour and a half from where I live, and I can't wait to do this. So now the moon will be in it'll start out in Aries, this full moon. So that's all about action and putting things, into work. And then it's going to slide into a Taurus full moon, which is grounding. It's about the earth, and Taurus is a manifesting sign. So what you're going to do, if you made that fear list, you're going to burn that in fire. Make a list for the things that you want to bring into your life. This weekend is all about manifesting. Now, that's not to say that this weekend is going to be easy. I think even this week, a lot of us are going to be feeling that things are not fair. However, what I need you to do is trust and be strong. Use your strength and your trust to get yourselves through the week, and know that everything always works out for the greater good of you. I think that's all that I have for this week. This reading is for October 10th through like the 16th, 15th or 16th. I hope you all have a really great week, a great full moon, and be sure to check out the companion blog that goes with this. And don't forget, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, obviously YouTube. I have my blog at www.expressionsoftheuniverse.com, and I've recently reconnected Google Plus and remembered that I do have a Pinterest for Expressions of the Universe. So I think I'm going to have to start posting my crystals on there again. As long as it's bringing me joy. If it's not bringing me joy, I am not going to do it. And I'm not going to kill myself by posting millions of things anymore. I really want to just focus on my writing and getting those things done. I need to feed my heart. So, but I still love all of you. Peace and blessings. Bye. Thank you again for watching.